economy is perhaps already in recession. Our credit system is a wreck. And now with the Paulson plan, putting even more power into the hands of the hapless Fed.
They know nothing!
I just want to leave the country for greener financial pastures, wherever they may be. Which is one way of saying I think you have to start investing in foreign stocks. And if you already do that, it's time to up your exposure. This international theme of bullishness says to me, if it's even 20% of your money can go overseas. And by the way, that has been a position that we've had since day one of Mad Money, and we're re-emphasizing it almost daily on this show. Today I'm adding a whole new country to the list of the growing number of countries I believe have surpassed the United States. No, it's not Southern California. It does look like Southern California. It's not Georgia. It could look like Georgia. It's Peru! I'm not kidding. Peru has now surpassed the United States in terms of getting serious about their financials. And, you know, we don't have the Secretary of Treasury of Peru talking about things that he should have talked about 2 years ago, going on and on today. Nor do we have the toady press down here that says, what a genius. All right, now, you probably thought they were still recovering from Pizarro, as well as Kaczynski and Fujimori. All of these failed Peruvian leaders with names that, frankly, don't sound very Peruvian. But in fact, the Peruvian government intends to repay $1.1 billion in World Bank and Inter-American Development Bank debt from July to September in order to give its own debt a shot at earning an investment-grade rating, by the way. Fannie Mae wishes it were Peru. Oh, by the way, I saw this Peru bond update in a great Bloomberg story, so definitively you're getting the second from Cramer. Can we have that second from Cramer, that deco that we use? It's called a deco because I'm really cool. Oh, here, let me use deco. This is called a deco, everybody, for those who are trying to learn TV stuff. Second on TV. And this is called boy block or booyah block to get you really into the midst and the La Brea tar pits of TV. With 5.4% GDP growth expected this year, 5.4. Wish we had that, right? 2.3% inflation. Oh, my God, that's nirvana for Bill Poole and the guys who almost wrecked our economy. This is the lowest Peru's had in 10 years. You know what Peru's doing. Those who have been watching the show know what it is. Peru's pantsing the United States. You know what Peru reminds me of? The United States pre-Alexander Hamilton. It's got abundant resources and excellent prospects, and now we have kind of a Peruvian federalist papers, admittedly with a socialist tinge. The hilarious thing is their president, Alan Garcia, presided over hyperinflation that put Weimar Germany to shame the last time he was in office. I think the total inflation over his 5-year term was 7,649%. That would give Bernanke a heart attack. He belongs to a party called the American Popular Revolutionary Alliance, which sounds right-wing, only in comparison to the Shining Path. And this guy is better on fiscal responsibility than we ever going to be. Garcia, like Lula, the socialist president of Brazil, was supposed to be reckless. I thought he was another Prince Hal, surrounded by Falstaffs. But now Garcia, following in Lula's footsteps, is looking a lot more like Henry V. A real statement. Kiss me, Peru! The Peruvian economy is surging on the strength of mineral prices. This is where the minerals are located, kind of all over the place. And the reduction of import duties. Larry Kudlow must live in Peru. And if Peru does get investment-grade rating, then very simply it will reduce the risk premium for Peruvian stocks. Translation, they're going to be worth a lot more because investors will be less afraid of owning them. So I believe Peru is the next investable country. I mean, I've already done Colombia. This is Peru now. But we need a stock to stand in for Peru because those that do will likely become proxies for the whole country. So if Peru's debt reduction plan works and it becomes the next Latin American country to catch fire on the street, its stock should be especially en fuego. Now, I already gave you PCU, the Peruvian copper company. It used to be called Southern Peru Copper, but it wasn't helping them to have Peru in there. So the next one I'm going to recommend is, take this down, will you? Particularly you academics who hate the show. Credit Corp, symbol BAP, or BAP. Remember this. BAP. Doesn't that sound like BAP? This is the largest financial services holding company in Peru.